Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today is a more impromptu session. It's our 8th episode, but it's also a really chill episode, so we hope you enjoy it.
Oh wait, it's 7 episode.
Oh, 7. 7?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
bad.
is it 7?
It's 7, okay.
Yeah, 7.
I'm Amin and
I'm Kamran.
today we're just gonna chill and chat. So, Kamran, talk to me about your work life.
I'm not really working. It's more of
Kind
like
of.
it's more of like yeah, true. It's more like internship. So I was really lucky to get an internship at Microsoft Malaysia. So
Flex. It's a flex. Show everyone
Okay.
your mug. Show everyone your mug, your
Oh, yeah.
Microsoft mug. Dude, he's been flexing that mug to me this whole time. He kept drinking out of it during like all our meetings.
You know,
I
dude, I've
swear.
been using this on a daily basis. I've been drinking my green tea out of this mug. Yeah.
That's the biggest flex. You get Microsoft merch.
Yeah, dude, I was thinking of like doing a TikTok of all the Microsoft merch I've gathered throughout my internship period. I have at least like 9 or 10 things, and like the best one I had was like the foldable mask thing. Like,
Oh, the case?
yeah, the case thing. And
There's a Microsoft one?
yeah, there's a Microsoft one.
Oh my god.
I got it during one of the Microsoft dinners, but I lost it. I was so sad. That's the only thing I really liked, and I lost it.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
When
Damn, you could have been TikTok famous.
Yeah, but I have a lot of other stuff I can show as well. But okay, going back to the point, yeah, I don't know. Okay, is it a flex to say you're working in? Okay, I don't know. I don't think it's that much of a flex. You're just working in MNC and what MNC multinational corporation. So like when I do tell people and people are like, oh, it's a flex.
Yeah, it is.
How
Because you
is it a
told me
flex?
you
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the statistics, but it's quite. Yeah, I mean definitely a
No, so
privilege
yeah,
to.
it is a flex, yeah.
It's not a flex, okay? It's a privilege
Okay,
to work
okay,
there, and
okay,
I'm really grateful to have gotten the experience. So what I do is I'm part of the seller team, so corporate external legal affairs, and we deal with Microsoft government, legal, and corporate affairs. Essentially, in a nutshell, what we are, if we were to be in America, we are basically something like lobbyists, I would say. We try to pursue Microsoft's agenda. A lot of tech companies have this kind of department. So Grab has one. I know Amazon has one. Google has one. And what we do is just try to pursue our company's agenda essentially, and we work really closely with government for them to use our tech, for them to have the same values as us. So that's what the seller department do in a nutshell, I would say.
nice.
Yeah.
That's some legit stuff.
Yeah. If you
So,
want to know
how do you
more.
like it so far?
Yeah. So I think it's really good. Like it's a alternative career. Instead of using your conventional law career, you become a lawyer. You practice. I feel like there's a lot of things you can do with a law degree. And this is one area that's especially growing, I would say. It's different. It's different, I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when does your internship end?
I told them about 2 months. So actually, technically this week is my last week.
Oh, are
Technically,
you sad?
yeah. Yeah, I'm sad.
Did you get to know anyone other than your boss, like your colleagues?
Yeah, so my boss was really nice. She introduced me to some people during at Microsoft, people work from home. So like even though you're a full-time employee, you don't actually see other colleagues because you're working from home. You only like see them virtually, and you only see the colleagues that you're directly working with. So like the other colleagues you have in Microsoft that you don't work directly with, you don't see them. The only time you see them is like during like Microsoft dinners or like Microsoft get-togethers, and that happens like not a lot. I don't really know how many times it happens per year, but ever since I've been interning at Microsoft, it happens twice. So actually, I met everyone at the office twice already, like physically. But yeah, But besides that, no, not really, not a lot of, because everybody works from home. There's not a lot of
I
interaction.
guess you can't really form the connections because you
Yeah,
don't really see them physically. It's really hard to form it
it's
online.
exactly,
Yeah,
and
that's a con to working from home. You can't meet your
yeah,
colleagues and bond with them.
exactly.
Yeah.
It is. It takes away from the office experience, lah. Like actually,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
does play a huge role. People think like working from home is quite nice, but sometimes I like having some sort of structure throughout my day and going to the office, and I think it's just fun to see people also around you doing work, and yeah, but you don't really get that working from home. So there's pros and cons to it, lah. But it's something new and something I don't know, I've been just experiencing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
What about you, Ming? What have you been doing?
well, unlike you, I got a pretty chill job. So I've secured a part-time job at a bakery.
Mm.
And yeah, what I do is I serve the bread to people. So I just package it and I learn how to cut it. And okay, initially I applied for this job because I told my boss, hey, can I help out in the kitchen? I want to bake. And he said, oh yeah, you can, but you have to be a full-time staff to actually be baking. So I'm like, oh no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work on weekends. Can I just do part-time? He's like, yeah, sure. So like you can do part-time, and then after a while when you're used to it and you have some time, you come to the kitchen and then we can teach you how to make some like pastries and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, cool, I can do that. At that point, it was July, and I thought I had quite a few months in Penang, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll be able to learn. And then I only started working in August. But I was gonna leave in September, which I will talk about later. So basically, I have like a month and a half working there, and I think this is my third week right now. So I don't think I will have the time to go back and learn how to bake. So for now, I'm just gonna like do the retail stuff.
Oh, okay. So you cut bread and sell bread.
Yeah, that's basically what I do, and I get a lot of free stuff.
Okay, like what?
A lot of free bread.
Okay, interesting.
Dude, it's actually quite.
I mean, it's an essential, man.
It's
It
quite
is.
funny.
Yeah.
Like towards the end of the day, because we don't really sell 2-day bread. We sell fresh every day. So like towards the end, you can take whatever you want. And
Makes sense.
the things you don't take, they just put it in the freezer and then they'll send it to the orphanage and the old folks home. So it's pretty nice of them. Like, it's not bad. It's just not as fresh. So they stick it in the freezer and then they send it to the old folks home when they can. It's actually quite nice of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
Okay.
I mean, my colleagues are chill as well. Because, okay, my interview, right, I just went there and he asked, so what are you doing now? And I said, oh, I'm a student. I'm on break. He said, oh, okay. When can you start working? I'm like, I can start now. He's like, okay, you're hired.
I like that.
I don't
It's
know.
like straight to the point.
I don't know.
Why waste more time?
I don't know like how your Microsoft application went.
Yep.
But it probably involved like lengthy resumes and stuff, right?
Well, just giving my CV. I had an interview with my current boss, and yeah, and then
I mean, it's different jobs. Like mine's totally chill.
I mean, to be fair, my boss does everything, and
Shout out to your boss if she's
yeah.
listening to this.
Hi, Dr. Jasmine.
Nice.
Yeah. No, it was really interesting. I always wanted to work in FMB business because I feel like that's where you actually learn what hard work is. Like genuinely, like I actually wanted to work in a cafe/bakery kind of place, but I got rejected from 8 cafes. Like rejected being I didn't get any replies. Like,
That was because it was during MCO.
it was after MC. It was during
After-
RMCO.
Right
yeah.
after, and then like
Right after,
they were struggling, right, as a business.
I'm
Probably.
guessing they were struggling.
Yeah.
And they were uncertain as well. But only one got back to me, asking me for my CV. That's all. And then they didn't reply me back.
Oof.
But to be fair, I really want to work in FMB business because I feel that's where you actually learn.
Yeah, you should try, man. I've
Yeah.
only ever worked at FMB.
Yeah, I really want to. Maybe next summer. I mean, I'll just lay off. I'll just lay off the internships and I'll just find an FMB business because I feel that's more demanding and more tiring. I would say.
It's really tiring. I don't think,
Yeah.
like, especially working in a bakery is not bad because you just chill when there's no customers. But working in a cafe, right? People actually dine in there, so there's so much more to do. Like, you need to keep their plates, you need to serve them, give them the bill and stuff. So I say you might even earn less from working at a cafe, but it's more tiring and you learn more, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
That was my mentality before when I worked in a cafe. Like the customers yelling at you and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny. Last time I worked at a cafe,
Mm.
customer ordered a ginger beer. I was like, okay, cool. We were trained to like bring the beer in front of them and open it in front of them, right? The cap.
Okay.
So that's what I did. I took the beer from the fridge and I opened it in front of him. The moment I opened it, it like sprayed out the whole
damn.
thing.
Why is
and
that?
then like maybe someone shook it before and put it back in the fridge.
Okay.
And then it just spread out all over and it got all over the customer. I was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Okay, luckily, right, they were chill. They were like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, okay, shit. And it got all over there. I had to like bring out all the tissues. I had to mop the ground and everything. It was so embarrassing. And like the beer, right, it wasn't half left. And they didn't complain about me. So I'm like, okay, thank God.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But things like that happen, man. So random. It's honestly so random.
Tell us a bit about your kombucha business you've started.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So a few weeks ago, my friend and I started a kombucha business. If you don't know what kombucha is, it's basically like a fermented tea, and then we flavor it with like fresh fruit and some spices, like herbs and stuff. So it's really beneficial for your human body. It has like a lot of probiotics, which helps digestion and it's basically good for your body. And yeah, so me and my friend had this idea, and we decided to start it like a few weeks ago, and it's going pretty well. We're selling on Instagram, and yeah. So
what's the Instagram name? Your Instagram handle?
That's a plug. It's
That is a plug.
island.brews.
Nice.
Yes. So currently we have 3 flavors: ginger, and passion fruit, and mango tangerine. And we're hoping to expand and explore more flavors. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now it's going
Nice.
well, so I think we have the potential.
And that's only in Penang, right?
Currently, yes, but yeah. Well,
You never know.
It's
You may
still
expand.
it's still a small business. Let's take it slow.
It could be big. It could be like FMB.
It could go international.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Damn. Okay. I mean, let's move on now to like uni status. Like, obviously, we had our second podcast, and our second podcast was to defer or not to defer with Russell. And at
That
point
was
of time,
so long ago, dude.
when was that? June?
Months. Oh, is it only June? Feels like so long ago. 3 months ago.
Or it could be May potentially. At the end of May, June, I would say.
Yeah, 3 months ago then.
August. Yeah, about 2-3 months ago. Damn, that's long. You're right.
That's long.
Yeah.
We've been home for too long.
Yeah. But yeah, so since then, I think our thought process may have changed, and maybe yeah. I mean, okay, I'll let to start first. I mean, I have not changed much. Still planning to go back because I'm in my final year. Uni now has confirmed that it's hybrid, but everything is still accessed online, so I don't see the point of going back that early or basically rushing back. I feel like you should just calm down, see what the situation is like, and go back. But yeah, my stance is relatively the same, I would say. Just more information has been given out, uncertainty have been cleared. But yeah, what about you, Ming? What's going on?
Yeah. So I remember in the podcast, to differ or not to differ, I stated that I will not differ.
Did you? I
And
can't remember.
yeah, I
Sorry.
literally remember I said I won't differ.
Okay.
Well, I honestly I didn't, right? I just transferred.
Yeah.
So basically, um, I applied for a uni in Malaysia, and okay, IMU in KL, and I applied for dietetics with nutrition, whereas in Leeds I was doing food science and nutrition. So like this program in Malaysia, right? It's 4 years, and I would come up with a certified dietitian status, I guess. And I thought about it long and hard, and decided that it was best for me to go for the KL one, since during my 1 year in Leeds, I learned that I was a lot more interested in the dietitian part of it rather than the food science. So more of the nutrition stuff and less of the production, sterilization stuff of the food. So yeah, I can't transfer my credit because it's not the same course. So I have to start over. So I guess it's not called deferring, right? It's called starting over.
Yeah, true.
And I told Kamran about this previously too. And what he told me was to tell Leeds I'm taking a gap year, proceed to IMU for 1 year, and then see if I really like it or not. If I don't, then I can still go back to Leeds as an option.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, big brain.
Yeah.
Let me just email my school and ask them. And they basically told me, you can't take a gap year unless you are severely ill.
Mm.
Like, or I guess you have like some financial changes that you can't afford this anymore. Only in that case, they're not accepting any COVID reasons. And even if you take a gap year, they won't guarantee the same spot back to your program. And they can't guarantee your visa as well. So your visa might be messed up, you can't go back. But I think that's just a school way of scaring us to not take a gap year. Because they don't want us to take gap year. Wait, can you explain that? You told me before, like why they don't want us to take gap year.
Okay, I think initially I thought that taking a gap year is quite an unusual thing, because like I know at University of Leeds they have this transfer program. You can transfer to Australia or something like that. So that's technically taking a gap year. So I know a lot of I think one of my engineering friends, he was wanting to take a gap year to go to Australia, and then coming back to the same course actually. So I don't see why they are making so many restrictions. I think it's because of the backlog. So I think they assume, or they predict that, and rightly so, they predict that a lot of people are going to defer this year, and if they were to defer this year, then that create a backlog, so that a lot of people will be coming back next year, but they will be resuming their year, so they technically be 1 year behind. So they'll be like, they will be like in another group of students, like different batch of
Another
students.
batch.
Yeah, so that will create a backlog, and there'll be too many students in that specific batch. So I think that's the reason why they are making it so difficult, and they're not allowing for COVID-19 climate reasons. They want something more severe, like illness, financial issues, and etc. I think that's the reason. Yeah.
Another reason why um I chose KL is because Leeds, I can't really go back because the situation is still quite severe there, and my parents are quite protective, so they won't let me go back until there's a vaccine or something. But I doubt they will ever come out. So, and for my course, it's a science course, right? So I need the labs. Actually, I don't really get to learn from online school because, to be honest, when I came back in March, I never viewed any of the online courses after that. So my learning basically ended in March, and then I came back,
Nice.
and then I don't think anyone even watched the online stuff. Like so unnecessary. We didn't even have exams, so I didn't bother.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't have to bother.
Bro, I'll do the same, man. I don't blame you.
Right?
Like, what the hell? Like,
I'm like, bruh,
yeah.
online school, just whatever, just play and like mute it or something.
I mean, if you have exams, that's a different story. But if you don't, then like.
Yeah, but exams, I think I wouldn't even watch. I would just watch a PowerPoint, and like that is just a waste of money to just watch some PowerPoint and stuff.
I get
And
you.
okay, yeah,
Mm.
and my labs as well. So they said whatever I emailed school and they said whatever you cannot complete in semester 1, you can complete in semester 2. But then I was like, what if I don't go back in semester 2? Then
Mm.
basically my whole year is just online classes that I don't watch and no labs at all. I'm
Mm.
like, okay, screw this. I'm going to KL. Let's go.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I
Agree,
agree.
right?
Yeah, I agree with your train. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's very personal. It's very up to
Yeah.
you. But no, I agree. Especially depends what course you do, and
And depends
also
your family's point of view.
family points of
Like
view. That's very important.
your family's chill, my family's not as chill.
Yeah, my family is quite chill. And also another thing is that like it's good that you because a lot of people go into uni not knowing like what specific course they want to do. So it's good that you did 1 year of uni and then you realize what you actually are
Wanted
interested
to
in.
pursue, yeah.
Pursue. So actually it's like that's good, like
Yeah.
that's
So
good.
consider it like a gap year to explore myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it, right?
It's not one gap year. It's like consider it as 6 months.
Exploration year.
Yeah, exploration. Yeah. But no, yeah, I agree with thought process, but yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I needed to adapt. I can't just stay on that path when it's not working, I
true,
had to change it somehow.
true, and it's good as well because you don't do another 2 or 3 more years or something that you don't like, and now you
Yeah.
can do something that you actually like.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, happy for you.
Dude,
Cool.
watch me in a few podcasts and be like, oh, I hate this course.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Hopefully at
I'm
least
just
allows
kidding.
you. Yeah, but hopefully at least
Yeah.
allows you to differ. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to have an option, and it's always good to have an option, like no doubt. And if you don't want
like
it, then
like a plan B, yeah.
yeah, if you don't want it, then you don't want it. Like, yeah, as long as you have a choice. Cool. I mean now we can just talk about maybe something more philosophical. I would say like we can look into maybe reflecting upon ourselves. I feel okay. You know what? I feel like we don't reflect. I feel like we just
let's reflect from the first podcast till now. What
okay.
have you learned and how have you grown?
Okay, so what have I learned? Okay, so more specifically, more the boring stuff, I would say, I have learned to not say and I learned like silence is better than saying like or something, But sometimes I do.
No, it's like yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so bad. It sounds
True.
like you don't know what to say and your
It
thoughts
sounds
are really
annoying.
jumbled up. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
sounds
just
really
sounds annoying.
It
Yeah.
sounds really annoying.
So that's one thing I've learned.
But it's great. I rarely hear you say it now.
Yeah, I forced myself just to just shut up.
Just to shut up instead of saying it.
Yeah, because I did the podcast as well, so I listened to the thing, to the audio
He
tape.
edits the podcast, yeah.
Yeah, I did some. So I've realized it sounds more natural if you don't say or like if you just silence is better than just filling it up with or ahs or.
When I hear
or
I'm just like cringe.
Yeah.
It's damn cringe.
It's damn cringe. So that's one thing I've learned.
So basically, you're a better public speaker. Like that makes you a better public speaker already, by not saying
True. Public speaker and a podcaster.
Yeah.
Two in one, I would say.
Podcaster, nice.
A podcaster. I don't know whether that's a word, but everything's a word now.
Anything can be a word. But what other things did you learn?
Not too sure actually. Maybe just editing the podcast. I mean, I learned a lot in iMovie, I would say.
How about in life other than the podcast?
In life other than the podcast, I would say, especially during MCO, I think I tried practicing Solitude. So yeah, because I feel like Solitude, I feel like it's nice once in a while to be by yourself, especially during you're cooped up in the house. So like just being comfortable being alone, I would say. something I've been trying to learn.
So
But
previously you weren't comfortable with being alone?
you can say that, yeah. I felt it was wrong. I felt it was wrong.
Oh, okay. Even
You
in
know.
Leeds, even when you were in your own accommodation?
Yeah, I would say. Unless I'm like doing work, then no, obviously you have to be alone. But besides that, if I want to do something fun or go out or do something, basically do something not work related, then I thought it's wrong to do it by yourself. But you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
yeah.
So I've been just practicing
It's like
solitude.
you wouldn't go watch a movie by yourself.
Exactly. Or
Hmm.
so now I've been
Maybe
like,
I should practice solitude now.
yeah,
Because I wouldn't. Okay.
yeah.
Are you
Especially
an extrovert?
I am an extrovert. Yeah,
Like,
I'm too much of an extrovert.
oh, really?
Yeah, I talk too much. So
Oh.
another thing I've been reflecting upon myself is that I talk too much and I say too many things.
Like, without thinking?
Okay, thanks, Ming. Yeah, you don't have to edit, you don't have to rub more salt onto the wound. But yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm not denying anything. So yeah, I think the solitude plays a part of that, just trying to be comfortable being yourself. Being by yourself, sorry. Like I think what I've been doing is I've been just shopping by myself.
Oh.
Yeah, I just been,
You go
I
to the
just
malls?
I just go to my mall by myself,
Oh.
buy what I need. Because before this, I was like, oh, I have to take my sister, I have to take my mom, I have to go out with friends. But I feel there's nothing wrong going out by yourself, and it's so much more relaxing because you just do what you need to do. You don't have to be on a schedule or yeah, you don't have to rush. It's just chill, light, and easy. So I feel that's really enlightening, I would say. So that's something I've been learning. Yeah, solitude.
Alone but not lonely.
Exactly. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
Like
you're
reading a
welcome.
book or something. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's more of something I've been doing a lot of deep thinking about. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
great.
what about you? I mean, like, what have you learned? Okay, no, the start off of your reflection on podcast, and then like what you have learned, maybe post MCO and during our MCO.
Okay. So, before the entire podcasting started, right? I thought it was damn easy to just film a podcast, It's like,
Same.
yes, no big deal. Like, whatever we can do it is easy. People all over the world do it, and YouTubers do it. Like, it's nothing. So we can totally do it. And our very first podcast, we stuttered so much, and we had to refilm like most of it. It was
Okay, there's 4 retakes here, or 3
like
retakes at the
I don't
beginning.
even know. Like
Yeah.
the beginning was rough, and I guess we didn't have that much chemistry yet, so we wouldn't like know like who's gonna talk now, like, and what should we ask, and like how do we follow up. So that was something I learned. I learned it's not easy to just start, even though people like when you see people doing it so naturally, you're like, it's so easy, but it's actually not. Nothing is as easy as it seems. It takes time to learn and stuff. So that's what I learned, and we're still learning. We're still learning how to be better hosts, better podcasters, as you stated. And like as you said, not saying and what's the other and some other phrase. So really had to think before I speak and not think and speak at the same time. Because when I think and speak at the same time, I start saying a lot. So I just need to like process a lot, like a little bit faster than I speak to stop saying the word. And another thing I learned outside the podcast is we should adapt to our situation. Like for me, I completed my first year and I can adapt and I go to different uni. But of course, situation is different for you because you're already doing your third year and you're about to complete it. So if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't do it either. And yeah, I also learned that leadership is not easy because obviously, so yeah, me and Kamran are P and DPs of our MASOP, which I'm resigning soon actually because I can't be in a different uni and still be holding the VP status of Leeds MASOP.
I think everybody wants to be a leader and everybody wants to have the glamour to be a leader. But I realized like leading, yeah. I so obviously people always say, okay, if you're a leader, you don't do anything. All right, it's just
Yeah,
mostly
yeah.
your subordinates do all the work,
They
and all
say
you
if you're a
do
leader, you just tell people to do stuff.
exactly. But telling people to do stuff is not that easy, and making choices is not easy at all because you can't please everyone at the end of the day, and you have to learn how to prioritize. You have to learn how to basically like have a balance at the end of the day. It's really really hard to have a balance, and sometimes you have to make decisions that you don't like and live with it. And
Yeah.
sometimes you look back at whether or not I could have done better because like your decisions have major implications and will have major impacts if you do some if you decide upon something, so you always have to think. um
Yeah. And I think being a leader, right, you need to have an overview of everything that's happening. Like you need to know what's happening among everyone and everything. Like for example, in the bakery I work at, my boss, he actually has to look at everything, and even like the mess of the inside the cabinet and stuff. He knows like what's up, like why aren't you guys cleaning it, and basically you're in charge and you need to know what is going on because you're the boss, and if you don't do anything, nobody will.
exactly.
So it's not as easy as it seems. It's not all the glory and glamour.
You need to know a bit of everything,
Yeah.
and you need to be constantly you need to constantly follow. You are in charge of every
Other
single thing.
people's responsibilities.
Exactly, yes, you're in charge of other people's responsibility, and you're there. So let's say they do the work, but you're there to like make sure the work is done correctly and properly. So like, okay, maybe doing the work is hard, but I feel what's even harder is looking for minor errors or looking for
Quality control.
quality control, like maybe minor things which could potentially lead to bigger issues.
Mm-hmm.
You have to basically, like what a lot of people say, like being like the boss or being a leader is like you're constantly just keeping out fires. If there's a fire here, you just keep it out. There's a fire there, you just keep it out. It's something like that, I would say. So and you're always thinking, and you're always like thinking what you should do better, what
Like,
what can be
yeah.
implemented. Yeah, it's you don't only have a departmental view. You have like a macro, more of a macro view, and then you also have to go into the micro as well. So yeah, it's not that easy. So I think that's something Ming and I have been learning whilst being P and BP at Masoc. But it's not a bad job. Obviously, there's a lot of pros to it as
No,
well.
you learn a lot.
You learn a lot, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's good that you brought that up. Actually, that's a good reflection as well.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically my life from RMC. From what? Yeah,
Post
RMCO till now.
MCO. Yeah,
Post MCO
RMCO.
till now. We're
Nah,
still in RMCO.
we're still RMCO.
It
Yeah.
ends like next week.
Yeah.
Merdeka.
True. I have a feeling it'll be like RMCO 2.
Extended.
Yeah.
But like
They'll call it
looser.
RMC.
But loose.
Maybe.
Because
Yeah.
they need to call it RMCO to force people to wear masks, right? Isn't it?
Pardon? Oh yeah, true. True.
Is that a thing? I'm not so sure.
I'm not too sure. Like that enforcing masking was quite recent, yeah. It wasn't like
Yeah, it's
it was
quite
quite a recent
recent.
thing. Like it wasn't there
Because
during
people would always wear masks previously when they were still scared. But
yeah,
now the cases drop and people are like less scared, and
yeah.
they're just sick of wearing masks because it's so hot all the time. That's why
Mm,
they have to enforce it now.
true. But yeah, I mean we just have to wait and see lah. But I'm betting on RMCO2 lah. But I don't know
Yeah.
what specifically they will change, but definitely RMCO.
Hopefully there's still RMCO, so like they can still control,
Yeah,
keep the
yeah,
cases contained.
yeah. Agree.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it for this podcast.
Yeah, that's it for this podcast. I mean, it's more of a live update just to reflect on what we have done. I feel it's just good to reflect because sometimes we're just like a train. We just keep going forward, but we never reflect. But sometimes we reflect. I feel like it's
Yeah.
good because you know what to do better and how you can
Yeah.
improve on yourself. So I think reflection
Yes.
is key and it's really, really important, and most people should do it.
Yes,
But
motivational.
yeah, motivational. I'm a closer.
You're Nikhil.
I'm Nikhil. I'm Nikhil Sinan, if Nikhil is listening. But yeah, so that's about it for this podcast. Thank you for listening in to our 7th podcast. Please follow us on Instagram, the.collab.podcast. Sorry. I've been talking too much. The Collab Podcast. Yeah, follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, same handle. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.
And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh yes, sorry. Forgot we had a YouTube channel. And subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Collab Podcast as well.
Alright.
See you.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you next week, hopefully.
Yep, see you.
Alright, ciao.